Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to look at the two-player game Zoo Tiles Hime. So let's go ahead down to the table here, and I'm going to give you a general overview of the game, and then we're going to come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so this is what a typical setup of Zoo Tiles Hime would look like. Now, in the game, there's going to be a couple different tiles that you can draw on here. We have item tiles, which is denoted by up here. Item tiles, notice they have a strength and intelligence. We have action tiles. We have reaction tiles. We have normal character tiles. So this would be one of the characters you can put out. And then this was going to be a wall tile. And notice wall tiles also have a strength and intelligence. So you have to remove these from the game by beating those. Now, to start out the game, now I will point out real quick too that this is starter set 1. So you're going to have two different decks in this starter set. One's going to be tiger, donkey, dog, and the other one's going to be rabbit, hog, ram. So those are going to be the sets that you get, and they're pre-constructed in there. You're going to shuffle them up, and you're going to create 5 stacks of 8 cards. And to start out the game, you're going to draw 5 tiles to start. And on your turn, you can do a couple different things. So on your turn, you can play a tile with the strength and intelligence. So notice how the walls that I showed you, and so like these walls here, and these items also have a strength and intelligence. And so do the little characters. So you put you play one out. So that's one of the actions you can do. The other thing you can do is start an action stack, and with action stacks, you just place an action card down, and your opponent has a time to react and put on there, and you can create an action stack. You can do that twice on your turn. You could also start a battle, and the way that's going to work is you're going to declare 2 different tiles. So in this case, these 2 tiles here are going to fight, and you're going to start a battle action stack, but in the end, without any augmentation or items by it that would change the number, basically what you're going to do is you're going to add up the strength here, like 3, and intelligence 3. So that'd be 6. And then you're going to take the opposing tile, which is 4 and 2, 6. And whoever has the greater wins. But the cards that you play, or tiles that you play during the turn, or some of the item tiles that are next to it that can add to the powers, can increase it. If you win a battle, you're going to gain... Well, let's go back real quick. So you can actually, with a battle action, unlike other actions, you can start by putting down any tile. So I don't have let's say I don't have an action card. I can put down this wall as the starting one, and the opponent can respond and place down their reaction tiles, and you can create a action stack there for the battle action. All those tiles would resolve. If the 2 tiles are left, because it's possible at the end of a battle that there's no tiles left that were initiated the battle with. If they're left, then it completes. If you say, I won this, I would get this tile, and this would give me a point. And on your side, you're going to have a stack, let's say over here, of the points you get, and over here is going to be your discard. All right, so that's one way to get points. The goal of the game is to get 12 points, and each player is going to take turns placing their characters out on the board, and you have to place them adjacent to an existing tile. And one of the other ways to get points is if you have like 4 tiles out like this, and if you notice on these tiles, there is going to be these little symbols here. If all the adjacent tiles are friendly with this tile, so they match one of these symbols, then if you're the last person to lay down a tile, you get to claim and remove from the board all 4 tiles and put them on your point side. So that's going to be 4 points. So that's one of the biggest ways to get points in this game. And going back to the actions, so I'm just going to reiterate the actions real quick because we went over most of them real quick, but I did not mention 2 things additionally you can do on your turn. And one is, let's say I don't like my hand here, I can cycle through a little bit. I can discard 2 of the tiles and I can draw a new tile. And also, if I didn't perform any actions during the turn whatsoever, so I didn't battle or whatever, I can draw 2 tiles at the end of the turn instead of 1. So those are the additional things you're going to do. And like I said, you're going to keep going until someone reaches 12 points. And that is a general overview. There's a lot of little things in the game, but that's a general overview of the rules of Zoo Tile Hime. And I'm going to go back up to the table here, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this game. So that was Zoo Tiles Hime. Now I will say a couple different things. We're going to start off with that the sleeves on the cards or tiles were given to us. I didn't even know that you could sleeve tiles, which is really cool. So if you get the game, the tile quality is really good. It has a nice matte finish on them, so they're really good in by themselves, but yeah, the sleeves are awesome. So that might be something to consider to get as an additional purchase. I will say that once you sleeve them, they don't really fit in the box anymore. The box lid sits about an inch above the box bottom. So you may want to find a different storage solution if you do sleeve them. So component quality on the game is great. It's awesome. The rulebook is really well written. It was really easy to read. It's one of the few rule books I read that I liked. I thought it was really well done. I like the little sort of like stop sections in here that explained it a little better, and you could go through a flow of it really well. I liked how the rules were in general. I liked the mechanics on the game. I liked it. I liked the idea of the action stacks and stuff like that. Now, where it fell short a little bit for me was that, and I think a lot of it has to do with this is just set 1 of 2. So this one has 6 of the animals from the Zodiac calendar, and another one will have the other 6. And I think that it felt like not complete just because of that. And there's some tiles on here that don't really work out very well with the 2 sets that are in here. It's almost like you would get 2 of these, and then you could have people playing some of the similar ideas on there. So I'm going to say I decided to see what the next set brings to complete that and see how that interacts with it. I also didn't feel that the action stacks really occurred very much because you didn't really have a lot of tiles in your hand, and I ended up cycling tiles a lot more often than playing them because you just didn't get the combos and stuff. And you definitely didn't want to be able to give people, your opponent, the ability to complete a 4 square, so you would put in odd places and stuff and do that. So there's a lot of stuff that went around that. Now I will say my daughter loved this game, so you can take what I said there for a grain of salt. And also some of these issues might be that I have currently might be solved with additional sets. I also think that the game doesn't have anything in there, but I think the game might work out great if you could eventually have enough where you can customize your decks on there. But that, again, that's not in there. These starters are fine. Like I said, though, you probably need more variety in the different starter decks that you can play. The base game comes with 2 different ones. There might, I don't know if there's going to be other combinations of the different Zodiac ones, but I know the next set's going to have the other 6. So currently, right now, I'm going to say that the game probably is not one that I'm going to play a bunch. But again, that might change with the new sets coming out. Because my daughter likes it a lot, I might be playing it more often because of that. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a abstract strategy tile placement game, this may be one you want to consider. I also did like the fact that you add the strength intelligence together instead of just use strength or whatnot. So it gave you a little bit more to think about when you're doing battles. So that was the only thing I want to throw out. But yeah, so again, if you're looking for abstract tile placement strategy game, this game might be the one for you. You want to check it out. I'd probably say give it a play before you purchase it. But again, I'll say that with additional sets, my opinion on that part that I wasn't quite sure on might change. But that is my thoughts on Zoo Tiles Hime. Thank you for watching.